Hey guys, today I'm going to replace this tub and shower faucet fixture. That'll include the faucet itself, the trim, the valve inside the wall, the spout, and the shower head. Now the first thing you want to do is make sure your house has an access panel for this plumbing. I just did a video on putting this in because this house did not have, and you're going to have one if you want to replace the tub and shower fixture. So make sure you have that. If not, watch my video on how to put one in. It's really easy. And then once you have that, you're going to have to pop this off, and you're going to have to make a material list of what you're going to want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So there's several places along here where it's in notch. There we go. That wasn't too hard. So when you order one of these bathtub shower trim kits, this is the shower valve. You're going to have to look at your shower valve to see how you're going to plumb that. See, now that'll come away from the back of that shower. If you haven't used one of these things, this is a copper cutter tool. You open it up with that little thing, get it around your pipe, then you tighten it down till it's snug, fairly snug, and then you're just going to turn it. Pull that away from the wall there. You're going to turn that a time or two, and then you're going to tighten your knob some more. Tighten your knob some more. And I want to cut the other one in about the same place. Got that black pipe real close, but I think we can get around this. Now once you have the old one out, your new valve is going to tell you which direction is up. There's a, it says up right there. This here is going to go flush up against the back of your shower. So I'm going to go ahead and take this little bracket off, because this is going to go in here like that with the up, and then we're going to have a board. It's going to be tricky with this one. I like to have a board or something, they didn't have one in here, that you can anchor this to. But with this vent pipe in the road, I'm going to have to get creative, I think. But before I do anything else, I'm going to, so I can turn the water back on, I'm going to put some shut-off valves on these, the cold and hot supply line. See, now find your up again, and this is, you're going to put it in here like that. And these these inlets right here, that's hot and cold. I'm backwards here, but yeah, that'd be hot and cold. So that's going in there like that. I'm going to tie the spout in with, I'll put a fitting on here and do copper again here, because they don't recommend using the Pex to the spout. Up here I can reconnect this with Pex. I'll put a Sharkbite up there, and then we'll put, I think I've got them out here, I'll show you. And I've got a list in the description below. If yours is similar to this is what you're going to need. But these are called 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch FNPT. That's a female adapter that will go on these water inlets here. And I'm going to put one up here as well. So down where your shower or spout, the tub spout goes, you've got a copper. That's called a female. And that'll go on there. These will go where you're going to attach the supply lines or the inlets. Pex will go crimped onto that. You'll have one there. We want to put thread tape and pipe dope on here. I'm just showing you before I forget. So with your, this got to be up. That's very important. Find your up. And it goes this way. And then we're going to have Pex, Pex, Pex. And then down to the spout, we're going to go with copper. All right, I brought this down to the shop where I could do this a little easier and explain, be more easily viewed. Copper's going to go down. Just make sure you're always reading this. It says point, this goes up. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this black off and this off so that we can put our thread tape on there. We'll do that one last. These, I call them nipples, but we're going to take them off, put thread tape around them, and pipe dope. Wrap it 3 or 4 times. Just don't get it in the way of the inlet. I do both this and pipe dope. And again, just cover threads. And go ahead and put this on. I got a lot of pipe thread tape on there. So you want to clean your pipe. Use one of these little brushes. I'll leave a link in the description below. Just clean it up. I've already done this one, but I'll show you what you do. Just insert that all the way so it comes out the other side. Do it a few turns. Then you're going to take the fitting and put that in there and twist it a few times. And you're going to need some soldering paste or soldering flux or flux paste. So these little brushes. All right, now this valve requires a board to screw. This is what this bracket here is for, to screw this into a backup board here. So because this is in the way, I'm going to have to cut a piece of 2x4 and get around this thing, and then we'll still have a gap here, so I'll decide what that is. But I'm going to go ahead and make that 2x4 that runs in between here, and we'll be back. I notched this piece that's going to go between the two studs to make room for this. There's a vent pipe there. It's black, so it's hard to see. But I got to get around that. So as you can see, I think, I've marked on here, I've already kind of dry fit this, as you'd say, in the opening. Now we can put that in the opening and temporarily put it there to see where, measure for our connections. All right, and those two 2x4s, that's exactly the thickness I need to hold that snug up against the back of the shower. Just feed that through that opening. I have to move that slightly. There we go. Okay, so in here, see, here are the openings that I can access those screws I just put in if I ever need to take them out. You want to make sure this is fairly centered, and I'm happy with that. That's centered inside. And then we want to make sure this is pointing straight out and level. So just take a little torpedo level and put it on there and see where you're at. And we're not far off. I don't know if you can see that, but a little bit of an adjustment out there, that'll be perfect. Basically want to make sure you're going to be able to come straight out of the tub. And we can. So that's all good. Now you need to mark that. If you can see the fitting and everything, you need to mark that so that you have that turned just right before you solder it. I'm going to just mark the top of this copper pipe right here, right at the top in the center. And then I'll go on the other side and do the same on the fittings. So here I'll show you my mark. There's the mark. I don't know if you see that very well, but that's what we want to do. We want to make sure those marks are lined up as we solder that. Also, what you can do is mark this black plastic plate where it hits the shower back here. Make sure you have that marked real well, because once you remove the board, you're going to want to be able to see and take some accurate measurements. I've got to crimp all these little rings here. Make sure you have the ring on every joint, and then crimp them. I'll show you how to do that. All right, so here's what you're going to, this tool right here, you're going to take, this is the jaws of it, and you're going to take each one of these rings, after you've got them positioned about how I have them. You want to see about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom, or not any more than that, but just get them situated. Then it's just a matter of crimping all those. There is a light on it. That'll come on when you're fully crimped. But let's go. We get this one, just double check you have everything ready to go. You got all your pieces where they're supposed to be and the joints are closed. All right, here we go. Squeeze till you see the light come on. It's a ratcheting jaws. Got a light. We'll give one more. There we go. Now, there we go. Okay, got the water back on. The valves here shut off, these ball valves we put in. They're not leaking. So to check all these joints we just put in with the Pex, I'm going to turn these on one by one. There will be air in the line probably. Kind of bleed these lines. And there's probably going to be water and air coming out of here. Get all the air out of it. I think the air's out of there. Now we're going to turn it hot and do the same thing. All right, now we can go see if we have leaks on the other side. Check for leaks, no leaks. I went ahead and put this in, just screwed that, toenail that in, get everything adjusted on the inside. I want to put the spout on now.